If history doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes, then Sri Lanka's history is an epic poem. Patta history started by asking a simple question. In a country whose history is so old, so Patta, and so painful, what does it mean to be Sri Lankan? Does it mean feeling your heart swell at the rippling lion flag encased in its majestic stripes? Does it mean you support the Sri Lankan cricket team? Should I feel proud of a country that has long stood for free healthcare and education for its citizens? What about ancient kings who harnessed an engineering prowess so masterful that they diverted seasonal rains to man-made reservoirs as large as oceans, connected by gently gradated canals nearly 100 kilometers long? But on the other hand, should I feel deep shame of the primitive politics that have split waters along religious and racial lines and rarely seeks to find a common interest? Of a 30-year conflict which killed 100,000 of our own country people and left more missing? But is it as simple as that? Aren't we all of these things at once? Aren't we the good and the bad? Both our best features and our worst scars? Can we be Asian and Western, both rich and poor, liberated and colonized, feudal and democratic? Can we be Appa, Watalappan, Pongal, Malay pickle, Lamprey, or a Kottu of them all? In a tiny island of 21 million, where blood and treasure has been spilled over land, language, religion and race, what more could we be if we weren't just the sum of our stereotypes? What could we be if we peered behind the curtain of our identity and asked not just what happened, but why? It is these kinds of questions that brought us to the idea of Patta history. Would politics mean anything if we knew that red, blue and green had at one time or another been allied or opposed? What if we knew the sequence of fragile events or decisions that changed our country forever? Or the unexpected fearlessness of our citizens in the face of oppression? Patta history is convinced that we can only really know ourselves when we know what brought us here. But there is more. Sri Lanka's history is epic. Yes, it's stories of battles and wars, clever strategists, great brains and visionaries. But it's the stories of a courageous and resilient people. And we believe that these stories deserve a much wider audience. So here we are for you, whether you're curious or confused. And we promise that we will continue on this journey to tell meaningful stories that will bring us closer to answering that age-old question. What does it mean to be Sri Lankan? What does it mean to be Patta?